this video and leave a comment. That would help me a lot. Thank you. Now, let's try to escape this reality and completely forget about everything. Just close your eyes, lay back, relax, and give yourself away to the sounds. The first article that I came across tonight is from people.com. So far, reading all these articles from different news websites, I've come to find out that People usually has the best written ones, very coherent with a lot of information and cut to the chase. That's why I am usually reading from them. Now this one is very interesting. There's this new cult group thing that is called Zizian, and now they've been connected to multiple KILLINGs. I don't even know why I spell some words. I'm not yet monetized, so I don't know, it's just fun to spell some words, especially if I don't want to say them. Anyway, this article was written on February 18, 2025. And it says, police arrest reported leader and 2 members of cult-like Zizian group allegedly linked to multiple killings in the US. So the group is called Zizian, Z-I-Z-I-A-N. Interesting name for sure. Does it have any meaning to you? It sounds made up, right? I don't know, let's read. The alleged leader and 2 members of the cult-like Zizian group have been arrested in Maryland after being linked to several deaths in the US. Where's Maryland? I forgot. Let's see. Clicking on Maryland and it says, oh, it's a US state. That's funny because I thought it was a city. So Maryland is a US state. It is. Interesting. The article continues. Jack Amadeus Losota, or Jack Amadeus Lasota, was arrested officer who was 44 years old. Alleged Zizian member Felix Bauchholt, 26, was also killed in that incident last month. It appears in order to be allowed to join this cult, the first thing you need is to have a very hard to pronounce or potentially made up last name. Anyway, the article continues. According to reporting from the AP, the Zizians consist of members of highly intelligent computer scientists in their 20s and 30s. Oh my god, you do not wanna imagine a cult of people who are computer scientists. I don't even wanna imagine that, but we are reading about it right now. This group met online, of course, and support radical. Can you guess? I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds. Based on the face of this man who is Jack Losota. Let's imagine what they are for. So the Zizians met online and support radical veganism, gender identity, and artificial intelligence. Like, I don't even understand how can you be for AI? Like, what does that even mean? You're like going around preaching AI. The group has also been linked to 5 other homicides in Vermont, California, and Pennsylvania. So this is no joke. This is an actual cult who are killing people. Jack Losota is believed to be the leader of the Zizians, which is named after her middle name Ziz. Jack is a woman. What? Okay. Losota is believed to be the leader of the Zizians, which is named after her middle name Ziz. Z-I-Z. So it is made up. She reportedly wrote in a blog that she is a transgender woman who has rallied against perceived enemies, including so-called nationalist groups, which operate mostly online. So this is what she or he said, including so-called nationalist groups, which operate mostly online. On New Year's Eve in 2022, Michelle Zachko was briefly taken into custody and questioned over the deaths of her parents, Richard Zachko, 71, and Rita, 69, who were shot and killed at their home in Chester Heights, Pennsylvania. Zachko was not arrested or charged, but Losota Jack was taken into custody for refusing to cooperate with officers. Her lawyer, Danielle McGarrigle, has reportedly told the news that Losota was wholly and unequivocally innocent of the charges filed in this case, and repeated that statement following Losota's most recent arrest. The Zizians were allegedly also linked to the murder of 82-year-old landlord Curtis Lind in Vallejo, California. Vallejo. set to testify about his attack. Also, when they impaled him with a sword, he survived because he shot them in self-defense and then he got stabbed in the neck later before he could testify about the attack. Alleged Zizian member Maximilian Snyder, 22, Maximilian, was charged with murder. In connection with Sunday's arrest, Jack LaSota and Michelle Zachko are set for a bail hearing at 11 a.m. on Tuesday. Okay, and that is the end of this article. What a case. I think it's one of those cases that we need to look deeper into it. Should we search it on X first? Let's do it. I will show it on the screen so you can watch it with me too if you want. But you can keep your eyes closed either way. Hashtag Zizian and search. Let's go. Should I go to the latest, do you think? Let's go to the latest first. Or maybe not, because it's people answering. So, there is one that says Zizian fringe group connected to murders in 3 states, including California. And that's a picture of the members. They look very... What did the Charles Manson group have a name? I don't remember. Looks like them, kind of. So there is nothing really, nothing else worth reading about. It's all what we read in the article already. There is a post by New York Post on X that says, as Zizian called the leader is arrested, here's what they believe, and the other disturbing, that's their link to it. We already read that. But there's a good picture here. It says trail of bodies, 6 deaths across the US associated with Zizian cult. And one is, what's BT, Vermont? Is that a state? Probably. It's the death of the Border Patrol David Malland and Felix Buckled. It was by David Buckled, the murder. And then in Pennsylvania, the couple, Richard and Rita Zachko, father and mother of one of the members of the cult. So that's crazy. You're telling me they went and just killed the parents. It says the red ones are Zizians and the blue ones are civilians. And there's another death here on the other side of the country in California. The murder of Curtis Lind by Emma Borhanian, who was killed in self-defense. Borhanian sounds Armenian, I think. Or it is there. see vegans under the post saying that they were not a vegan cult. I mean, why do they take it so personally? When people talk about Christian cults, they don't mean all Christians. But why is it that we can't call these people vegan cult or vegan transgender cults? Because they are. It's okay. Both good and bad things from something similar can come out, you know what I mean? Doesn't have to be that black and white. In this case, they are a cult. Alright, I don't know what's happening here anymore. I think we should stop our X scroll for now. We got some good photos out of it. I should definitely make a note to follow up on this case. It's very interesting. Let me know what your thoughts are on that one. But we are going to get into the next one. I can't decide, should we go with pregnant woman murdered after love triangle with brothers, or should we read about supporters of baby serial killer Lucy Letby celebrate her birthday by throwing a party in her honor? What? Let me know which should I do. One or two? One or two? I will read number two. What did you choose? I will read it eventually. This one is from website dailymail.co.uk, and as I said, it is titled Supporters of baby serial killer Lucy Letby celebrate her birthday by throwing a party in her honor at Clapham Pub, CLAPHAM. I have not heard about this case. What do you mean baby serial killer? And there's a picture of a nurse, I think, holding the tiniest little baby shirt and smiling. Supporters of her gathered to celebrate her birthday at a pub. Why is it so funny to say pub? Pub. With a sick party that included glasses of Prosecco, homemade banners, and a giant Lucy cake. What did you do? I think the article will eventually mention it. The former nurse spent her 35th birthday behind bars on January 4 after being found guilty of murdering 7 babies and attempting to kill 7 others on a neonatal unit. Oh my god, what a horrible, horrible monster. And what? Okay, now it makes sense. What do you mean that they... And it's not even her family, which still would be disgusting. But it says supporters. Like they are supporters of dead babies. The article says the meetup at the Windmill Pub on Clapham. Common London. Anyway, it was in London, that's enough for me. So the meetup in London featured 6 people who met via Facebook group Lucy Letby discussions. In the group, people discuss their beliefs that Letby is innocent and a victim herself and should be freed. Oh, that makes more sense. At least they're not for dead babies. They think this woman is innocent. Still very, very odd behavior to throw someone you don't know and who is charged with killing, of being a serial baby killer. Like, why would you wanna even do that? Don't you have anything else to do? Pictures of the event posted on the closed Facebook page show 4 attendees holding up a homemade banner reading "Happy Birthday, Lucy" and a blatant miscarriage of justice. Ew. They enjoyed something called PROSECCO, which I don't know what it is, and made the booking under the name Lucy, which could be seen on a reserved card on the table. Now I really want to know because they keep saying it. It must be something fancy. Prosecco, a sparkling white wine from the Veneto region of northeastern Italy. Anyway, a friend of a parent whose premature baby daughter was killed by Letby, oh my god, who saw the posts, said, "There are families who will never get to celebrate their children's birthdays. What's next? Do we have to celebrate for Mira Hindley and Ian Brady?" Also interesting that they just know these guys. Don't know, they must be very, very, very infamous in UK, I suppose. Oh my god, why would you do that? Like, this is becoming a thing these days. Killers gathering fandoms. I mean, I get it. I am using it as entertainment of some sort, but humanity has always been doing this. You like to read the news, no matter how horrible it is. But to go out of your way, get so obsessed with whether someone's innocent or guilty, and fangirling over them is just disgusting, of course. And it shows that these were very well-to-do people, right? They could pay for all of this for someone who is, as I said, charged with this horrible crime. Let's continue with the article, which says one of the attendees, who uses the pseudonym Lulu T45, a carer from South London, denied it was a birthday party. What do you mean it says 35 Lucy? She said it was just a meetup of people from the groups. We wanted to get together to toast her birthday and speak about the case. Well, that is a birthday party. What do you think people do in birthday parties? The organizer sorted a cake and a few banners to outline that it was a miscarriage of justice. One of the organizers posted on X ahead of the event, quote, "There was a plan to sing happy birthday and record a message for her, saying we are thinking of her and feel it's unfair she isn't able to celebrate the things she should be celebrating if she's innocent. Meanwhile, the people who are at fault are not in prison. Now, why do they think the justice system would go out of their way to frame someone who is not the real killer? I mean, I get it, sometimes there's a lot of pressure on police to find someone, and some mistakes always happen. But these days, with all the, technologies to figure out who's done a crime, it really doesn't make any sense when people just say that about every case. Once again, I have to use Brian Kohlberger as an example. People think he's not guilty. Now, why would the police spend millions searching for him, capturing him, spend millions for his trial, not believing that he's guilty? Or in this case, why would someone in the justice system decide that, yeah, I'm just gonna get this woman instead? I may not have the evidence, but that's gonna be no problem. I don't know, these people seem very dumb. There must be something that they thought of her, and I'm sure there are enough evidence. So they also said, myself and a group of friends will be meeting up to toast her birthday and send her and her family comforting thoughts. Hopefully this will be the last birthday she spends in prison. One user responded, do you show the same compassion to the families of the babies she murdered? And this woman, the organizer, answered, quote, I have an enormous amount of sympathy for them. I just don't think their babies were murdered. The families have been lied to and need to know the truth, that they can find peace. They shared photos of the meetup in the Lucy Letby discussions. The accompanying post said, a lovely afternoon and evening spent thinking of Lucy on her birthday. Other group members commented words of support such as, oh, that is so nice and how lovely. That is crazy. What a crazy situation. The organizer added, I was closely following the trial and read the discussions on X, and I have twins who were born 2 months premature, and I felt very emotionally involved. I originally took for granted that everything said about Lucy was true. But I saw the people that thought she was innocent, how much stronger arguments they had than the ones that said she's guilty. I even spoke to a professor and legal experts and her barrister about it, and I came to my own conclusion that she was innocent. Okay, I believe Lucy was made a scapegoat. Oh, that's just what they all say. Okay, there's some more copying and seeding from this organizer. What a pathetic life they live, not going to lie. No matter if Lucy is innocent or guilty, these people all are dumb. And I think that's something that we all will agree about. Do you agree? I think you do. Now let's see though. I wanna see evidence of Lucy Letby. What are the evidences against Lucy Letby? Alright, I will be reading some part of this article from The Guardian. It was published on July 9, 2024. I wanted to get some details on why they think Lucy killed 7 babies and tried to kill more. It says that some babies were the deaths in this hospital became more than usual, and doctors were surprised by babies collapsing when they did not expect and dying when they could not explain why. Some of the most senior consultants began suspecting that Letby, who was present when these events happened, was responsible. See, I don't think anyone's that evil to just make something like that up. It's not a mass hysteria where all of these doctors suspect that a nurse is. It's not a nurse, I don't remember what exactly she is. It must have been something. Humans don't just die even if they are premature babies, they don't just die. They can usually figure out why it happens. So around the same time, after further deaths in late June 2016, Letby was removed from neonatal duty. Around the same time, the hospital management downgraded the unit so that it stopped taking the most premature babies with the highest risk of mortality. The number of deaths fell thereafter. Interesting, so when she wasn't around, babies weren't dying as often. Fearing that Letby would be allowed to return to the unit, consultants went to police in 2017 and triggered what would become the largest British child murder investigation of modern times. The initial trial lasted 10 months. Much was made of notes written by Letby, despite saying things like, quote, "I am evil, I did this. I killed them on purpose because I'm not good enough," end quote, which the prosecution relied upon as amounting to a confession. She has never formally made one, so they apparently found diaries of hers, and there's even a picture. I feel very alone, scared. I can see the word hate. Yeah, a lot of craziness here. And apparently it said at one point that, yeah, I am evil and I did this, I killed them on purpose. So they took it as confession, and also the fact that babies were dying for no apparent reason. The notes also included the words, "Kill myself right now, hate my life, fear, panic, despair, why me? I haven't done anything wrong." What? That's crazy. Yeah, you shouldn't really write those down because, they become tenfold. There was no apparent motive and no psychological background that matched a serial killer. Over many weeks through last year's trial, doctors and nurses involved in the care of the babies explained reams of clinical notes made at the time. Underpinning this circumstantial evidence were complicated medical opinions presented in court by 6 expert witnesses and others in written statements. Alright, now I can't read anymore. It has been many minutes, and that is all the time. exactly they thought each of these babies died from. Was it insulin? I don't know, was it suffocation? What did this nurse do to them? And why is it that some people think it was just a coincidence, but she, is charged with these murders? Let me know if you want me to look deeper into that. But right now, I hope that is far into the video. You're already asleep.